Welcome, Longhorns, to your Junior Core Counseling lesson. Today we will be discussing how to research and implement your plan after high school. This may include enlisting in the armed forces, enrolling in a college, or pursuing a trade program for your career field. The counseling department is comprised of 4 counselors and seeks to be accessible to all students. Students with last names A through D are on Mr. Chung's caseload. Students with last names E through K are on Dr. White's caseload. Students with last names L through O are on Mrs. Horn's caseload, who is our part-time counselor. And students with the last names P through Z are on Mrs. Bullock's caseload. The counseling department is also lucky to have a counseling intern, Ms. Givens, who is on campus Tuesday through Thursday each week. By the end of this lesson, you will have a better idea about what options are available after graduating from high school and a few best practices to putting your goals into motion. In February 2018, you will also meet with your counselor briefly for a junior advisement appointment to discuss your remaining graduation requirements and resources to help you plan your post-secondary options. In this lesson, we will discuss options available after high school, the difference between high school graduation requirements versus college admission requirements, different college placement exams available, and how to navigate the college admissions process. At the conclusion of the lesson, your advisor will guide you through a short survey to identify 3 colleges you may want to attend. Forming plans after high school can be a bit intimidating, and everyone needs help from time to time. By getting a head start and researching the requirements for your program ahead of time, you will have a better advantage. Questions to consider are what requirements and deadlines must be met in order to apply, and if you need to take any specific exams. Additionally, what will the cost be, and is the program both accessible and affordable to me? Here are some examples of post-secondary opportunities you can pursue. On-the-job training, short-term or long-term training is provided by an employer at the beginning of a new job. Military, 6 to 11 weeks of basic training when you join the Army, Navy, Air Force, or the Marines. Specialty school, enroll in schools like Full Sail, Nashville Diesel, Cordon Bleu, Paul Mitchell, etc. Technical school, enroll in a certificate diploma program to prepare for a specific career. Technical school, I already did that. 2-year community college, earn an associate's degree, or take courses that will transfer to a 4-year college or university. 4-year college or university, earn a bachelor's degree for a broad-based education and a specific education in a chosen subject area or major. Colleges can take many different forms depending on the certificate or degree program a student enrolls into. Here, we will discuss different examples of programs available to students. Some students pursue a specialty trade school, such as the University Technical Institute, that allow them to earn a specialty certificate in a calendar year or less. Technical colleges, such as Chattahoochee Tech, may also offer certificate programs, but also have academic programs for a student to earn their associate's degree in approximately 2 years, so they can then transfer over to a 4-year college or university to continue their studies. These options may be a great way to save money on tuition and fees compared to larger colleges and universities, but be mindful that some specialty schools can cost more than top-tier colleges in your state and region. Example, although Full Sail University offers a game design program that takes 3 semesters to complete, the estimated cost of that specific program is $31,880, which is much higher in tuition than some private 4-year universities. Some students seeking a smaller environment for college may opt for a 2-year or junior college. These colleges serve as a stepping stone for students to earn their 2-year associate's degree, similar to a technical college, before transferring to a 4-year college or university, but may include campus options such as dorms and a meal plan for students that opt to live on campus. 4-year colleges and universities will offer different degree programs for students to earn their bachelor's degree. So what's the difference between an associate's and bachelor's degree. First, the length of time required to complete the program. Second, tuition rates. And finally, options available can vary greatly from school to school, so doing your research is pivotal to avoiding student loans. Meeting minimum admission requirements does not guarantee admissions, so be mindful that some schools may be more competitive, such as UGA, Emory, and Georgia Tech. Researching freshman profiles on college websites is a great way to see what the average GPA and test scores for admitted applicants from year to year. College admission requirements are often greater than graduation requirements, even in Georgia, and it is the student's responsibility to know the college admission requirements. Counselors seek to assist students with the college application and financial aid process, but it is ultimately the student's responsibility to learn about application deadlines and specific requirements to be admitted, such as whether or not a recommendation letter may be required. As stated previously, college admission requirements can vary widely from school to school. Some programs, such as Chattahoochee Tech, do not have a minimum GPA requirement and only require a high school diploma or GED. Smaller colleges like Georgia Gwinnett College may have more flexible admission requirements regarding a student's core GPA or the college entrance exams used to be admitted.
Be mindful that larger colleges may require more competitive test scores and GPAs to be admitted. Starting with this year's graduating class, KSU is moving to a more competitive admissions model, so some students who may have been admitted by meeting the minimum 2.5 core GPA would not qualify under the new requirements. Be sure to sign up for college lasso visits in the counseling department to learn more about what respective schools require for admissions and what programs they have available. When researching highly competitive colleges, be mindful that you are not just competing against your peers in your classes and larger community, but students across the country and even internationally in some cases. Research universities such as UGA and Georgia Tech are difficult for even top students to get into. So be mindful of not only the rigor of your coursework, but also how you subsequently perform in these classes. Another way to see how you match up with a specific college's admissions standard is by using their specific freshman index requirement. This number is formed by inputting your GPA and ACT or SAT test score into a specific equation to see whether you qualify to meet the basic enrollment index. Remember, the more competitive the school, the higher that school's freshman index will be. Many students inquire about which college entrance exam they should take. Counselors advise students to try both the ACT and the SAT at least once to see which test is a better feel. Additionally, while both the SAT and ACT are roughly 3 hours apiece, the format can vary between tests. Students can take each test as many times as they desire, and some scores will superscore individual testings to form a better overall score. Be sure to check if the college you are applying to will combine different ACT and SAT testings. Both tests can be registered for online and will require a fee. However, students who qualify for free and reduced can qualify for SAT and ACT fee waivers. For more information about test fee waivers, please stop by the counseling department. Other college entrance exams include the AccuPlacer, which is used by 2-year and technical colleges. More competitive colleges may require specific SAT subject tests, so students can show their ability in specific areas such as math, English, or a world language. The test of English as a foreign language may be required by some schools for non-native English speakers. Lastly, some students may take the ASVAB as a career aptitude test to determine what jobs they may be eligible for in the military. When researching colleges, students are encouraged to make a list of schools. It is important to research admission requirements to see if you are in position to meet their admission requirements. Counselors encourage students to make a list of 3 to 5 schools to include the following: your reach or dream school, which means the student's core GPA and test scores are below the college freshman profile or the school is highly competitive. Your target schools, meaning the student's core GPA and test scores match the college freshman profile. And your safety school, the student's core GPA and test scores are above the college freshman profile. If the school you are interested in requires a narrative recommendation from a teacher or counselor, be sure to give your recommender a minimum of 2 weeks or 10 business days so they have ample time to meet your application deadline. Deadlines are firm and set months in advance, so colleges will not make exceptions if your server goes down or if you wait until the last minute. If your college requires a teacher recommendation, it is best practice to request a letter from a core teacher. If you are seeking a recommendation from your counselor, it is extremely helpful to give your counselor a resume or goal statement. Additionally, if you have a work sample, such as an essay, project, or presentation that you feel articulates your ability to be successful in college, share that with your counselor so they can offer that in the narrative letter about you. There are various ways to pay for college. Many students actively apply to grants and scholarships that do not have to be repaid. Another option is to pursue a work-study program that reduces tuition by having a campus job, such as being a resident advisor in a dorm and having not to pay to live on campus. While loans may be an easy option to pursue, be mindful that these must be repaid even if a student does not complete their degree program and may possibly accrue a great deal of interest. Counselors work with students to help identify different resources for financial aid, but it is also wise to contact a college's financial aid office to ask about specific scholarships and grants that they may qualify for. In order to qualify for the Hope Scholarship, students must earn a 3.0 core GPA while in high school and must be a U.S. citizen to qualify. The Hope Scholarship only covers a percentage of a student's tuition, and students must maintain a 3.0 GPA in college to stay eligible. Applying to additional scholarships is encouraged to make up the remaining tuition amount, and many colleges offer their own specific scholarships. Students seeking a technical college degree can use the Hope Grant, which has no initial GPA requirement. Students must earn their high school diploma or GED and must be a U.S. citizen to qualify. Students who transfer from a technical college in Georgia to a four-year college or university may switch from the Hope Grant to the Hope Scholarship as long as their transferring GPA meets the 3.0 requirement at the college or university level, so keep your grades up. The Zell Miller Scholarship covers 100% of a student's college tuition at a Georgia public college or university. Students must meet specific testing requirements from a one-time sitting in the SAT or ACT, and the score must be established before they graduate from high school. Additionally, students must maintain a 3.3 GPA in college to maintain their Zell Miller Scholarship. Students who drop down below a 3.3 GPA in college but maintain above a 3.0 GPA are still eligible for the Hope Scholarship and have the opportunity to regain the Zell Miller Scholarship one time. The Zell Miller Grant can only be used at a Georgia technical college, and students are not required to graduate from high school with a specific GPA. However, a minimum 3.5 cumulative post-secondary GPA at the end of each term is required in order to remain eligible. The first term of enrollment will be paid retroactively if the student has the required 3.5 cumulative post-secondary GPA at the end of the term and can have the cost of their tuition covered. Students must meet a specific Hope rigor requirement to be eligible for the Hope Scholarship. Luckily, Kell's general curriculum offers many opportunities to meet the required 4 courses of rigor. These include classes such as Algebra 2, Physics, second-level world language courses, and different fourth math options such as advanced mathematical decision-making and pre-calculus. Students can make sure they are on track to meet the Hope rigor requirement by logging into georgiafutures.org and checking their Hope transcript. Students can find money for college in a variety of ways. Community resources include local high school and district scholarships like Kell's PTSA, civic or service organizations, churches, or even their local job or parents' employers. Students may begin applying for some grants and scholarships as early as their junior year, and there is no limit to the amount of scholarship money that someone can earn. Students are encouraged to apply early and often, as scholarships are available for all walks of life. In order to be eligible for any college financial aid, students must complete the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. These are just a few online financial aid resources that are available to lessen the overall cost of college tuition and fees. For more information, please visit your Kell Counseling blog under the Students tab on the Kell website. This concludes the junior counseling lesson. We hope you found this information to be helpful, and students with questions are encouraged to visit the counseling office and make an appointment with their counselor. Advisors, please distribute students' career cruising passes and have them log into careercruising.com to explore and save 3 post-secondary college options. Counselors will be visiting your advisement in time to see if there are any questions or if students need assistance completing their career cruising survey.